Hello YouTube, it's Tony. So today I'll show you 10 tips on how to become more efficient in RuneScape for 2019. So I know this video has been requested a lot and I've decided to finally release this. I do have a returning players guide playlist which I'll definitely leave the link in the description. So what is my definition of being efficient? For me, it's being able to complete a task in fewer in-game hours. I've also factored in real-life hours as well, so don't think that, oh, you can just log in for like 1 minute a day and then max 10 years efficiently. No, that's not how it works. There has to be a balance for this. If you want to be efficient, it's gonna require some knowledge. That means if you're new or inexperienced at RuneScape, don't expect to become efficient instantly. A lot of these tips require you to be open-minded. I mean, when I first returned to this game and I wanted to become more efficient, it took me way out of my comfort zone. Also, I do warn you that you might get burned out from being efficient. Finally, it's a common misconception that you need to do the following in order to be efficient. 1. Playing a lot of hours. 2. Having a lot of GP. 3. Buying treasure hunter keys. 4. Being good at bossing. And 5. Using alternative accounts. You don't need any of this to be efficient, although it does help if you have that. Alright, so the first tip for being efficient is train your combats first plus do Slayer. See, combat skills tend to benefit you the most, both immediately and in the long term. There are so many money-making methods that are tied in with combat skills. A lot of great Slayer creatures offer you good GP per hour. Those examples include Abyssal Demons, Dark Beasts, Spiritual Warriors, Crystal Shapeshifters, Nightmares, and the list goes on. Combats in general give you a good balance of both XP per hour and profit per hour. If you're trying to train invention passively while you're making money by looting the drops, then yeah, combats are your best bet. Because RuneScape's a very combat-oriented game, having high combat stats will make this game a lot easier for you. Number 2, complete a lot of quests. As I mentioned on my returning players video, quests are important. This is especially true if you're trying to be efficient. Now there are a lot of low-level quests where you could skip levels. Those examples include Waterfall quests, Certain Agility quests, Knight's Sword, and pretty much the list goes on. Even at higher levels, some of these premium methods like Soul Altar and Crystallize, they're both locked behind quests. I mean, if you're gonna eventually go for Completionist Cape, then you may as well just tackle some quests while you're going for Max Cape. Now you don't have to do all the quests at once, but rather just do a few per day at a time. Not to mention that if you're a main account, you will get free treasure hunter keys from doing quests, which you can get free bonus XP or lamps. Tip number 3, do your dailies. Daily activities are very beneficial in general. In fact, they're actually the key to being efficient. Basically, they'll offer you fast XP in a few minutes per day, which will add up to a lot over time. The most notable dailies include Viswax, Gathixian Cash, Sinkholes, Big Chinchampa, Gobi Bands, Warbands, Jack of Trades, and of course there are so many to list. Look, I understand a lot of you hate doing dailies, but they're by far the most efficient way to train certain skills, especially for divination. Honestly, you just gotta force yourself to do them. I get that some people have a busy life, but when you have the chance to log in, then doing dailies is your best bet. Number 4, use XP multipliers. Now most of these XP boosts will stack with each other in a multiplicative way. Here are the list of most common XP multipliers in the game. A lot of these skills have skilling outfits, as well as some bank skills having portables. You will save a lot of money and time by using this. Now, I know some XP multipliers do cost money, but whether or not it's worth it, it depends on how many hours you play. At the very least, I would definitely get the ones that are free though. Tip number 5, save your buyable skills for Double XP Weekend. Double XP Weekend will come around 2 to 3 times per year. Buyable skills, which are the skills that cost money, are the best choices to train on Double XP Weekend. Those skills include Summoning, Herblore, Crafting, and Smithing. If you're training buyable skills on Double XP Weekend, you'll not only save a lot of time, but money as well. They're usually announced 1 month in advance, so if you do have time, then I suggest you make money so you can prepare for the buyable skills. Alternatively, if you don't have money, then go for the skills that you struggle to train, but don't go for the AFK skills. Seriously, if you're gonna AFK, you'll end up spending half the amount of time to AFK in the future. However, if you're doing hard skills, then you only need to spend half the time and half the effort in the long term. Obviously, I know some people have real life responsibilities, but then again, I know many students out here have free time on the weekends, so you might as well just take advantage of this. Number 6, non-AFK methods are generally better than AFK ones. Oh Tony, it's very unpleasant to do this. And I get it. It is very unpleasant to do click-intensive skilling, but trust me, it's proven to be faster than AFK skilling, although there are many skills in this game that have pretty decent XP per hour AFK methods. Examples of good non-AFK methods include crystallized acacia trees, 3-tick cooking, fish frenzy, and there are many more to list. In general, when it comes to RuneScape, many people have adopted to playing the AFK style, which I truly understand. However, when it comes to money-making methods, non-AFK moneymakers are generally a lot better. A perfect example of this would be runecrafting, and you can get 10 million GP per hour in skilling. I mean, it is very click intensive however. At number 7, focus on progression as opposed to trying to make money. Try to invest for better money making methods instead of trying to make as much money as possible. So basically just try to improve your stats. Don't be afraid to let yourself be poor and only make enough money to maintain a bond, or better yet, if you have real life money, just buy membership cards instead. See, if you have better stats, you'll unlock better money making methods at the higher levels. In the long term, you're gonna make more money from this. Let's suppose you want to make 50 mil. Would you rather spend 50 hours trying to make 1 mil an hour and get no XP per hour? Or invest 40 hours on a method that would potentially make 5 mil an hour and then spend 10 hours trying to make that money? Well, the second option would be your best bet. The reason why is because you'll progress through this game further, and in the long term you get to make more money per hour. This ties in with my next point, and in general, cheat methods are usually not the most efficient methods. Try not to gather your own resources unless you're an Ironman, okay? Just because a certain method is free doesn't mean it's the best way to go. This is what I like to call opportunity cost. The way it works is that you want to set your time value to a certain amount, and then if you can make that amount of money back later on, you can use the extra saved time to make back the money. Here's an example. Would you rather mine any mica ores and spend so much time trying to make the Elder Rune bars when you can instead buy the Elder Rune bars and then make the Elder Rune equipment for smithing? I don't know, I'm just gonna let you decide on this. What I mean by this is that it's better to make money so you can afford the skill first instead of training it the cheap route. Number 9, balance your skills. So unless there's a certain event like Double XP Weekend or something in the Lumbridge Crater that gives you overpowered XP rates, don't throw all your eggs into one skill. A lot of skills in RuneScape will complement and benefit off each other, especially for skills that have quest requirements. For example, don't try and say, oh, I want to rush 99 woodcutting right now, and just do the methods that don't require quests or skills. No, that is not going to be efficient, okay? What you want to do is balance out your skills so that you can unlock better skilling methods. This is especially true for gathering and slow skills. Examples include charming moths, vires, and most high-level skilling methods. I see people complaining on my 1-99 guides, oh, this requires this and that to train the skill efficiently, not everyone does quests, blah blah. I mean, I get it, but if you choose not to train other skills at the same time, then don't expect the best results, okay? And finally, at number 10, take a break when you feel burned out. As I said in the disclaimer, efficiency will definitely lead to burnouts. When that happens, what you want to do is take a break, because if you continue burning yourself out, you won't recover very well. I know this is easier said than done for most people, but if you want to achieve your goals, then taking breaks will definitely help you. I've taken a lot of breaks from efficient skilling after I burned myself out. If you take breaks over time, this can lead to better motivation for certain goals. One way to reduce burnout rates is by setting small goals at once instead of just setting one gigantic goal. So Tony, how did you enjoy skilling so much? Well, for me, I found a way to stay motivated. So as a bonus, I do suggest you check out some of my guides because I have so many awesome guides for various pieces of skilling content. Trust me, you'll enjoy this, okay? I've had a lot of people who have found this really helpful. But yeah, overall this is 10 tips on how you can become more efficient in RuneScape, and pretty much this is how I stepped up my efficiency game back in the day. So yeah, thanks for watching and I hope it helps. If I missed anything, feel free to ask. Also, be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already because I'll definitely do more tips and efficiency guides in the future.